the news and interviews you know and love. It's the Northwest's #1 racing podcast, the Shaun in the Dirt podcast. This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt.
All right, Shaun the Dirt here with the winner of night one of the Skagit Nationals, Rico Abreu. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. That was definitely an exciting race for my team and all the fans here, and just really trying to focus on putting a solid race together. I'm not going to lie, the last few weeks have been quite rough for us, and just finding a balance to our car, and me just focusing on putting good laps together on the track. So, but sometimes the switch just flips, and you're fast all of a sudden.
Yeah, I just got done talking to Peck, and he said the same thing. You know, he had some rough patches too, but what's good about you guys that are always strong is that you can bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, I think you look at the team and the infrastructure here at Rico Abreu Racing, that, just the camaraderie and the morale, and it's we race 85 times a year, so it becomes really difficult to be consistently fast, and you're going to have some off nights, so it's a matter of just balancing it all. And I really enjoy coming to Skagit Speedway and racing, and what Kevin Rudine and his family have done for this facility, and just really brought a lot of excitement to sprint car racing, up here in the Northwest.
Yeah, you won this event last year with $100,000. This year it's paying even more. And then starting out 7th in the main event with the 8-car invert, you were second? Looked like you were probably second in points going into the main. So you probably got to be the top guy after night one. So and you gained 7th to 1st is a great run for you and your team, and the crowd loved it. I think you and Tanner Holmes get the biggest ovations at Skagit Speedway.
Yeah, I mean, I think just racing up here year after year after year, and making the racing exciting. Our sport of sprint car racing is just so exciting right now. The racing's really competitive. There's lots of passing. The A mains are perfect lap counts, and for people to get races over at 9 to 9:30, and makes it really appreciating it for us drivers and teams to just get in a rhythm of short track racing, and getting in and out of these places and putting on a show for the fans.
And then let's talk real quick sponsors. You always spotlight sponsors when you go to places. I know in Oregon, you spotlighted Gaynor and Swan Island, and that was really awesome, because I remember when he came up and ran our racetrack at our big modified event, and I kept saying your sponsor all night for all those nights. He kept saying Shop Rico, and it was and I was like at a modified show, and it was really weird, 'cause I was like, hey, I mean, it was cool, right? And I saw you do a really nice post about it. They're really good people. So talk about your sponsors here for this weekend.
Yeah, and it just shows there's a lot of really good people in this sport. I think the biggest thing is just these people that stick with us as a race team and continue to partner with us, from Royal Jones to Waste Connections to John Gaynor to Pacific Boring, Chris Weiser, my wife at Shop Rico. She's a big sponsor of my race team, and then just my family for believing in me to follow my dream and continue to allow me to pursue my dreams. And I think it's, when you look at it, this whole package, and you look at the people invested into our team, not just financially, but emotionally, and just amazing work ethic. When you look at guys like Jim Watson with Arc Zone, the Hunt family with Jackson's Superhero Foundation, and we donate $1,000 to every time we win a race, and that's turned into.
They usually come up and race, but I don't know if they're able to visit because you didn't go to their closest track this year.
So we went to Butler. They were at Butler, Michigan.
Okay, good.
And we had a good finish there. But just this whole integration of allowing me to continue to race, and it comes from making sure the fans still continue to have a great time at the races, and our partners continue to enjoy partnering with this incredible race team.
Well, good night. So let's continue on and see you again tomorrow, right?
Thank you, guys.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Justin Peck joins us right now, and good run here on the first night of the Skagit Nationals, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big step up from how we have been running these last couple weeks, but it's just sometimes you just have to reset. Sometimes you feel like you struggle, and then you start making changes, and you get too far off of your package, your little baseline that you need to be at. So that's just kind of what we did. We just kind of had a reset moment. leading into today, and we got a fast hot rod again, so it feels good. I don't think we're 100% all the way there, but we're back to the basics, and that's kind of what it takes sometimes, is just getting back to what you know how to do, and then just making little tweaks and adjustments. And I feel like that's kind of where we're at. We've dialed ourselves back in the game, and now it's just a matter of fine-tuning. Looks like you and Tyler have a pretty good communication style there. You guys communicate pretty good, which you got to have that when you're out on this tour, don't you? Yeah, and that's it's kind of like we were talking the other day after Chico. Like, we left Chico just absolutely disgusted with our performances, and we're all pretty down on ourselves. And it's kind of like we were talking, like, that's everybody struggles at some point. But the difference is, like, the great teams figure out how to overcome it, right pretty quickly. They might struggle for a night or two and then bang their back on their game. And for us, I mean, we're a new team, right? Like, we just started racing together this year, and we went on a tear for a little bit, and we're pretty consistently up front. And then, we started playing musical engines and changing this and changing that. And then we got, it kind of forced us to get off of our baseline package that we like to run. And it's just a matter of getting back to it. So, like I said, that's what we were talking about, which is the difference between, we don't want to be good, we want to be great. And to be great, we got to be able to communicate even when shit's not going our way. And I'm pretty happy with the way we performed tonight. I'm happy with the way we've overcome our adversity. And when you're up in the Northwest, is there any extra pressure? I don't know if I ask you that every time. It seems like I might ask you that. Might ask you that at Dirt Cup too. But when you got the big boss here and he owns the racetrack and all that, is there anything extra? Not really. I mean, obviously, you come here and you feel like you need to perform more just because you want to do it for your guys, right? You want to do it for your owner, and you want to do it for the Skagit Speedway people. I mean, we run Skagit Speedway on our car all year long, and you want to come here and represent. You want to show everybody that them coming and being fans and supporting us, means a lot, and we want to show out for them. So I wouldn't necessarily call it pressure, but you just kind of pay attention and try to be a little bit more detail oriented when you come up here. And tonight, running top 3 is good. It sets you up pretty good for points when you have a good night like this. Yeah, and that's a big thing. I mean, we go out, we drew late for qualifying, put down a good qualifying lap, had a good heat race, had a good feature. We just need to do it again tomorrow. I mean, if we can put ourselves in a position to do the same thing again tomorrow, we should be able to either lock ourselves into a dash or at least a front row of a heat race. Which will put us in prime position to, contend for the big money on Saturday. So that's the goal. You want to win every race you show up to. But like I said, this feels good for us as a team. Just after having poor performances these last, 10 races or whatever it's been. I don't even know how many races it's been. But just having poor performances and understanding why things were going bad and understanding why, we got better for today is crucial. Sometimes you just change a bunch of stuff and all of a sudden you get good, but you don't know why. And I feel like we have a pretty good understanding of why we got better. So now it's just a matter of, like I said, fine-tuning, and now we're just back to our basic stuff and making little changes, and, makes a big difference. You get to hang out with Levi all weekend, huh? Yeah. I actually, the Hilliard family is pretty cool. I just met them all here when we came to Dirt Cup. Or maybe not Dirt. Yeah, I don't know. Dirt Cup. I met them this year is the point. Yeah. And they've treated us like family, man. They let us work out of their shop. Levi comes and helps every chance he gets. That kid works hard. Yeah, Levi and Chad and everybody, man. It's they're good people, man. I'm glad we have them around. All right. Well, good luck tomorrow night. Let's talk again, huh? Yeah. Hopefully I see you with a number 1 trophy, not the number 2 trophy. All right. Good luck. Yeah. Thanks, man. This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Colton Heath joins me right now, and the national guys come to town, and you represent great for Skagit Speedway, huh? Yeah, definitely. Definitely something I never really thought was going to be a thing to do, 410 racing with the National Series and running on a podium, or, it's just, I've been a 360 guy for so long, and I, cut my teeth 410 racing back in the day, but it's different animal now, but Mike and Leah Brown just give me an awesome piece to be able to come out and be this good, I still think the car's faster than I am, so if they really got a driver in there, they'd probably win a lot of races, so it's a lot of fun right now. And yeah, I mean, what a... running up front there, you led a few laps, and then, you got those national guys and they get around you, but you still were able to get a podium tonight. Yeah, it's I felt like I was good. I think I kind of second-guessed myself. Caution, if cautions wouldn't have came out or something, maybe, it plays differently. But,
it's just one of those things, you know, you're out front, you're leading, you kind of don't know exactly where you need to be, even though you know you're doing good and you're kind of keeping your speed up and you're doing the things you need to be doing. It's still one of those, like, you know, man, off this restart, you know, the track can change. I should be maybe down here, this, that, and we got going good, and all those things were good. It was just a couple bad moves in traffic, you know, just kind of, you know, allowed him to get by. You know, I don't know if anyone was going to stop Rico tonight. He was obviously the class of the field, but you know, with me and Justin racing, it, you know, I even had a shot at him there on the restart. You know, it just, you know, it's just the car's really fast.
And the track did exactly what you thought?
No, I think tonight's actually a little bit different than the past few weeks of what we've had. You know,
they put some different dirt on it or something?
I know before 360 show they put some dirt on it and stuff, and it's kind of been racing one way, and then tonight it just kind of seemed to really race a different way than I would think it kind of would have. So but it's still dirt in a circle at Skagit Speedway. You know, I've logged 20 years of experience around here, so it's one of those things where it's, you know, you just make good laps and you do the right things, and normally you'll put yourself in good position. It was just stings a little bit when you start first and run third.
Yeah, I know, but hey, you still against national guys, like we said. Exactly. Big credit, huh?
Exactly.
Hey, dude, what happened to your car? What happened to your car?
One.
You did good, right?
Yeah.
All right, that's what you're looking for, right?
Exactly.
Remember how that felt?
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Do it again tomorrow.
Exactly what you're doing.
Yeah.
Do it tomorrow night, right?
Yep.
Remember how this car felt tonight?
Yep. Do it again.
You go out there tomorrow night. When you go out there and you qualify,
Oh, Jesus.
Can't even joke about this kind of stuff.
bring it back.
You get in there?
Bring it back.
Woo! Oh yeah!
Bring it back.
Lots
You
of
gotta
fans.
get in there.
So, do you think the experience, all your experience we talked about, but, you know, 410 experience, 360 experience, is that helping you in both cars this year? Because you've got wins right in both?
Yeah. No, I think, you know, my 360 program it's always been really good, you know, but this past, like, I would say 2-3 years, I felt like I've almost slowed down compared to the speed of everybody else and stuff like that. And running the 410 and trying different stuff and getting better in the 410 as, you know, came over to things with the 360 that it was like things I would have probably never done before. So it's worked out really good. It's kind of helping both cars be really good. And I feel like right now either one of them can go anywhere, do anything, especially here. You know, we can compete with anyone.
And then we, you know, you got 10 points on the youngster Levi, and we got 2 more races left in that thing. We got a race Sunday. So you, unlike a lot of these guys, you're running 4 races this weekend, huh?
Yeah, no matter how Saturday goes, we'll be heading down to Elma, getting ready for that. So, and
you're gonna hold him off. You got 10 points.
Yeah,
You able to hold off the young guy?
I think so. Levi, I would say, is one of the best young up-and-comer kids that's probably out there. You know, we spent a lot of time at the shop together with him, and, you know, a kid like that works really hard, you know, puts a lot of hours in, works on his craft, works on all this stuff, you know. All of these things make it to where it's not the end of the world getting beat by a 15-year-old, but, you know, at the end of the day, we talk a little smack back and forth that so we try and keep that going.
Yeah, so don't forget, Sunday, racing in Elma, 6 o'clock. Yep. The last one in Elma for the Challenge Series. So hopefully you got a 10-point lead there, and we got 2 more races left. One here, and then championship night, I think, is up here at Skagit, right? Yep. So, all right. Well, good luck tomorrow. Let's talk to you again, right? Yeah. Yep, let's do it again. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt. Daison Pursley joins me right now, making your Skagit Speedway debut. What do you think of Skagit?
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful part of the country up here. Washington, this is my first time here, so being up here this far, every time I look at the map, I'm like, wow, we are way up here. So, yeah, no, everyone here at Skagit, Kevin Rudine and everyone has done a phenomenal job with this place, and it's one of the top facilities for sure to come and race. So, yeah, just excited to be here, excited to have a triple-digit earnings weekend here, and excited to do it with High Limit and everyone, and good to have a good run doing it.
Now, you know what I feel like when I get to Tulsa? I'm like, oh, this is a long ways away from the Northwest, huh?
Yeah, it is a long ways away. You are correct. So, yeah, it's just a nice place to get up here, and been really sweating in California with the 110-degree weather, and then now to come here to a cool, crisp 80 to 70, it feels really good.
Sure, the crew loves that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the crew loves it for sure. They're the ones that got to bust their butt in the heat and everything, and the driver just gets to put his legs up and chillax until race time. So, it's great. It's great to be here. It's great, nice weather, and I'm just excited to continue the weekend on.
Now you got quick time tonight, and one thing I have noticed, you've come out to racetracks that you haven't seen before and been quick right off the start. What do you give that to? How's that work?
I mean, I would say it was just the car, really. The car just gets around when it comes to qualifying time very, very nicely, and it just makes my job a lot easier where I get to hold the steering wheel straight, and it just goes around the track. So just very fortunate enough to drive a good car with, Book Motorsports, and Shaun over the phone and stuff is working really hard with his, collarbone accident that he had at Tulare. So we're doing a good job right now, I feel like, and, finally put a full night together where I feel like we can build off of and get something going and start building a lot more momentum later in the night. So I feel really confident in our qualifying package and starting to feel really confident in our race package too, where it's allowing me to move around and make good decisions, and it just helps me as a driver start building that notebook in my head and in the racecraft and everything.
Did it change with his injury and obviously with technology, he can see it on flow, he can see the lap times on my race pass and all that, but he's still not here.
Yeah, and exactly right. Like, he's just still not here. So it definitely is, I wouldn't say hard, but it's definitely not easy either. It's just a different way of looking at things. So with you said the help of flow and race monitor and everything, he's not missing a lap. There's sometimes the track prep will catch him off guard, and I really have to go out there and sometimes take pictures and everything and send it to him, and just to see exactly what they're doing. But over the phone, you don't really know how slick it is and everything. So it's just it's hard. You got to make sure you inform them of any time they hit the racetrack what they're doing to the racetrack, and that's my job. And fortunately, I've kind of done this a lot through my career with some other car owners and crew chiefs that had accidents or had other obligations where they couldn't make it to the races. So I'm not saying that I'm good at it or used to it, but I've done it a couple times for sure.
What's it? Let's talk real quick about this race before I get into a little bit about your rookie year here on the tour. Did the track change? Did it catch you off guard, or were you expecting it?
It was pretty straightforward from the videos that I watch on Flow and everything, of just how it looks in the shape of it, and how you get around 3 and 4. I feel like that's kind of your tricky areas off of 4, and I don't know. It was pretty straightforward to what I seen on Flow and everything, but I thought it would be a lot more slicker. It didn't have the grip level that it really did, and there's a lot of dust that falls from the sky around here and stuff. It's a lot of fine, gritty dirt, but they're still gripping it, and I feel like I ran 30 laps there almost wide open. So hopefully they get this place a little bit more slicker and a little bit wider for us to start really racing. But I think it was a good first night. I mean, it's hard to prep a racetrack for 3 days if the first night doesn't start off a little bit heavy. So all understandable. I think Skagit does a phenomenal job with the track, and the facility is top notch, like I said earlier. So just excited to be here. I think they're doing a really good job, and I think it's great. I think everything that they do is great, and the track was as well as I think you could have it on a first night, and naturally I think it's only going to get slicker, and it was overcast today too, so kind of caught them off guard as well. But I think it's fun, and I'm excited to come tomorrow.
How's your rookie year going? Battling for rookie of the year. There's some great rookies out there.
Like you said, there's some really good rookies. I feel like Chase, me, Danny Sams, and Cy. I mean, they have been running wing sprint cars for a long time, and it's just cool. It's cool to race with Chase, who I feel like I've grew up racing with. I didn't start in quarter midgets like he did, but picked up with him through the micro ranks and then the midget stuff, and then really cool. And then now to race high limit with him is super cool too. The different paths that we took, and then now we kind of end up in the same destination, and battling with each other once again is pretty special.
All right, well, good luck tomorrow night.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for talking to me. Appreciate it.
This is Shaun, and you're in the dirt.